Good evening, gentlemen. How are we all? It's 10 o'clock. It's Monday night, the 12th of September. And we're going to talk. We're going to talk. Tonight, it's the, we'll do a few big questions. I've got to tell you right now, I don't know what it is. I've got that sort of lost weekend feeling about me. I don't know what's happened. But anyway, it's Monday night and it's great to be here. And I'm glad you're all here as well. Alistair Taylor, good evening, mate. Capo 17, Daniel Mills, Leeds, good evening to you all. Let's see, Daniel Mills, big floods again in Pattaya. What is happening with that country? This is, September. September. It's probably not as unusual as you think. It's the monsoon season, and the thing is, if you're booked off for December, January, February, whatever, those floods will have gone by then. That's the way it is. I mean, it's I hope it hasn't been too severe for the people living there. Shane Humphreys, good evening. Yogi Bear, good evening. Chaz Brown, Alex Jones, Jamie 296, Bernard Purcell, Singapore Dan, Duffler. Hi, Eddie and Little Eddie. Okay. David Coleman, nice to hear from you in Toronto. Ion Tilt, Ian UK. Barry from EastEnders. Barry from EastEnders. What's this one? Evening, all. Eddie, I've been thinking about you singing Always by Bon Jovi. Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? About the other week. It's a great song. We'd love it if you give it another go. Always. I don't think I sang that song in an affectionate sort of way. That was one of those songs. I like Bon Jovi, but that was one of those songs that was appropriately called Always, because it was always on the radio whenever I switched the radio on. That's the always bit about it. Let me just say over here. I don't appear to be in the middle. Is that a teensy bit better? That's a teensy bit better. Okay, there we go. Okay, John Hughes. Nice to have you. Bottle Baby. Monday night, how was the weather? It's a bit grim, cloudy, grey sky. Funnily enough, the way that it works in this country, usually we get a crap summer, but then comes September is usually the best weather of the year. But now it seems to be the other way around. The weather's not very exciting right now, but I'm not really going out anyway. What I am doing, I'm doing enough exercise at home, and I know this is a bit repetitive, but I've been really, really good with that exercise bike. Last Monday, I made the decision. It's got to come off. I've got to lose something by the time I go away in November. I cannot go on being a fat bastard. I've got to at least make the effort and being late. So last Monday, I dragged my exercise bike in front of the TV early on in the day, and I thought, I'm going to get the exercise out of the way with it now. Wake up, couple of cups of coffee, drag that exercise bike out, and start cycling for maybe 1.5 hours whilst watching TV. And I've done it every day since. Today was number 8. And really, I can feel the weight's coming off. It's still a fair way to go, but the weight is coming off. Come November, you will see, you will see a new, virile live athlete here. The belly is still very, very, stubborn, but I'm definitely losing. And I am putting the exercise in. So what was the question again? Okay. Wayne Kerr. You can tell where Wayne Kerr is coming from here. He's a bit malicious, isn't he? Evening that. Only 4 more sleeps to Belfield sentencing. I can't wait. You don't like him, do you, Wayne? We will talk about that. We'll see what happens this weekend. We will talk about that. Sean Harris. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone white back in England. That's a lovely t-shirt. Really suits you. Do you know something? Some of these t-shirts that I wear, You would be amazed if you really knew how old you are. This one here is 18 years old, something like that. This is from Belize, a flimsy little T-shirt from Belize in Central America. How many times these things have been through the wash, God knows. Anyway, nice to hear from you, missus. David Merchant. Hi, Eddie, and hope all are well, okay? Lisa Dale's Gambian lover. There he is, boasting about his big Frankfurter again, okay? Seamus Doherty. Hi, Eddie. Booked for a hotel for 6 nights in Bangkok. Cost me. Hi, Eddie. Booked a hotel for 6 nights in Bangkok. Cost me 12,600 baht. So what is that? Is that about 2,000 a night? What's 2,000 a night? 2,000 a night. What is that? Is that about 50 quid or 50 quid or 40 something quid or 45? Well, if it's a good hotel, it sounds reasonable. Bangkok's a capital city. That's much more expensive than the hotel I'm staying in. But if you're happy with that, presumably you're going to get a bit of luxury for that. Good for you, but Seamus. But what I do want to mention before I go any further, right? Now, this is not really a travel channel. We talk about other subjects here, but there is one thing that I'm really pleased with. Now, with regards to going on to Thailand this year or Southeast Asia, everyone seems to be banging on about how expensive the flights are. I think that's exaggerated personally. I think I've got myself a good, flight with a good airline. It's a direct flight with a good airline, very, very good reputation airline. I think it's solid. What I mean by that is I don't think it's going to cancel. I think it's going to be all right on the day. It's a little bit more than what I would have paid for the pre-pandemic, but not that much more. It seems to be okay. But people are banking on about the price of flights, right? What no one's really banking on about is that those hotels in Bangkok, Pattaya, I am seeing some really good value hotels. In fact, cheaper than what they would have been previously. Yeah, I have booked my first 4 weeks, right? From early November to early December. I've booked my first 4 weeks. 6 nights in Bangkok and then 3 separate hotels in Pattaya, and they have all come in at really great prices, really good price. The thing about Thailand and Thailand and Pattaya is that people say the prices are going up, this, that, but the one thing is that you can still get such good value. I mean, a friend of mine was watching me book those hotels yesterday evening. He come out with a Sunday dinner and all that. It was helping me book a couple of those hotels in Pattaya. He's never been there, but he usually goes other places. The fact is, he was absolutely amazed when he seen the prices of those hotels. It was just, because let's put it this way. For 4 weeks, the best part of 4 weeks, right? 1 hotel Bangkok, 3 hotels Pattaya, all look really good looking fine hotels. No breakfast, but nice big condo hotels. The whole lot of those hotels combined for 4 weeks came to about 520 quid. That's for 4 weeks. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. That. I mean, in some places, you go down to Cornwall, you couldn't get a bloody weekend. You couldn't get 3 nights in Cornwall for 520 quid. So as far as hotels are concerned, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Okay, just doesn't mention that anyway. David Coleman. David, nice to hear from you, David. Okay. Ian Bowden. Hi, Eddie. Going to miss this again. I'm busy loading up an Aero Mexico plane here at EDDY. David, Ian Bowden works at Heathrow. I've met him and his lovely missus. And, he's, well, good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. You're a working man, so get working anyway. And cheers. Nice meeting you as well out in Pattaya. Okay. Tampa guy. Stephen Gamble, Cat and Good Coffee. Tom Easton, nice to there for you. Matthew Cartwright, Arthur Lobon, yeah. Ernest Connell, Life Utopia. Highlights of any Monday. I'm gonna put that on the screen. Life Utopia, highlights of any Monday. That is so good, so good. You say. I mean, what are you going to watch on the TV right now? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But you know me, the TV is not. There isn't a great deal of variety at this moment in time. Let's just say that much. K-Pax, Robster, Sean Harris. Ed, who do you think portrayed the best Robin Hood in the movies? Oh, who did? I would the variety of actors. It's not really a character that I'm a big fan of personally. You know, Robin Hood. Not really a big character, but it's been portrayed with all kinds of things, from Kevin Costner to what's his name, Russell Crowe. Sean Connery played him. But I think the most still probably the best one. It looks as corny as hell in this day and age. But the Errol Flynn, you know what I mean? The Errol Flynn, I think, was still, the classic Robin Hood. Because I remember seeing that maybe years ago. And okay, it's as corny as hell. But Errol Flynn, wonderful. I mean, I like Errol Flynn. He was absolutely wonderful. I mean, we've got a lot in common, me and Errol Flynn. It was sort of like, he sort of built the same way, you could say. Okay. Andrew Hammond. It was reported. Andrew Hammond. It was reported that Thailand have had the worst storms for 100 years, and it's not finished yet. Well, I hope it all's well. I mean, I've seen reports of rain, but the rain is nothing unusual in Thailand, especially if you get it in the monsoon season. It's nothing unusual. But the worst storms for 100 years. Well, that sounds pretty bad. That sounds pretty bad. I mean, I always think of business owners and having their livelihood washed away when you hear about stuff like that. But all as I know is that it'll be good. It'll be okay, but by the time the peak season comes, because you're not going to get storms like that in December, January, February. But I hope it doesn't get any worse. I mean, we don't need any of that. Popcorn, nice to hear from you, Popcorn. Pinball. Daniel Mills, Daniel Mills, Gaz 77. We'll put Gaz up on the screen because he's a regular viewer. Gaz 777. Hi Eddie, just to let you know, I nicked 5 bottles of Bacardi from Asda today, and I also left it. You dirty bastard! You dirty bastard! Okay, Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear, it's not just Pattaya flooded. I got friends in Rayong and all the provinces around that area are flooded. Oh my God. Well, my thoughts are with the business owners, the small Thai business owners who have, I hope that they haven't been too badly affected, because it's always heartbreaking when you hear of stories about, their businesses being washed away. My thoughts are with them. Let's see. Frank Travels. David Coleman. I've been sad about the Queen passing. Well, that's good of you to say. So we're all a bit sad, but I'm not going to talk about that on because I think we've done all that. I know the country's in a state of mourning at the moment. Frank Travels. Hi Eddie. When are you going to change your background? Never. I like it. I'm kind of used to it. Listen, Frank Travels. As I recall, I'm not a big fan of Coronation Street, but somebody did tell me once. Hilda and Stan Ogden's house. They've had the same pint of milk on the table for about 20 odd years, and they've also had those doves on the wall for about 30 years. So if they didn't see any, Coronation Street's been knocking around for about more than 60 odd years, Coronation Street. And as far as I know, they still got that same miserable bloody theme tune. They never changed that. Why mend something that isn't broken? Let me see. David Coleman. The best Robin Hood was Earl Flynn. I think you mean Errol Flynn. We all know this, absolutely. Oh, oh yeah, guys, you got a fan there. Lee James wants to know, were you naked as well, guys? Oh, you've incited something there, haven't you? Shane Humphreys, Eddie, have a bariatric up. I've lost 10.5 stone in a year. A bariatric, that sounds like something, I don't know what that is, but it bloody sounds like something I don't want, funnily enough. Funny enough, geez, I need to lose a few, I don't need to lose that much weight, but, well, I hope it wasn't too painful, mate. Ernest Connell, Steady Eddie needs to be fit for mongering, whatever. I must admit right now, the most important thing is when it comes to the exercise bike and the exercise, I'm actually doing a surprised amount of exercise. I've got my enthusiasm back. I really, because over the recent times, it's been so bloody lethargic and lazy, and you want to sit around and do anything. But I hate exercise. I think exercise is boring, and I think I just want to get the whole bloody nasty ordeal out of the way. But I must admit, I really, 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 really have got my enthusiasm back for exercise, and enthusiasm is Jesus Christ. You're 90% of the way there. I'm going on my exercise bike every day. I'm doing a few press ups and other little things. Afterwards, and I don't look upon it as a nasty ordeal. Just get on with it, get over with. And I'm really, really confident I will be thrilled to bits if in a couple of. I've got that it's now or never approach. I really have. I've been carrying excess weight for about 20 years now. And it's if I don't lose it this year, then I never, ever will. I never, ever will. That can really get me way down. That I would be so thrilled, absolutely bloody thrilled to bits. If by the time I get on that plane in November, I'm going to be down to my target weight. We'll see about it. Even if I can get close to it, it will mean a lot to me. Cats and good coffee. Steady as you like. Good to hear you were working out today. I also cycle every day and it feels great. Okay, terrific. So let's see. Darren Perry. Ed just scored some flights. Manchester Bangkok via jet on Saudi Airlines. Now, I've never used Saudi Airlines, but I've heard a few people mention them in recent times. Check 23 kilogram bag, that's good. And 10 kilogram cabin bag, that's all that. 420 all in, can't wait. That sounds terrific. That sounds bloody terrific. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Okay, well done. Paul Hoskin, nice to hear from you. Let's see. Martin Ryder, Eddie, you missed a blinder on Peter's channel yesterday. Sheila gave you a 7 out of 10. Was Sheila the lady who Peter was talking to, the Scottish lady? Yeah, I did actually see some of it, and it looked really interesting. She looked like a real nice woman. Clive is here, Eddie the Steady. Okay, nice to hear from you. Let me see now. Who else is here? Okay, Mark Hollick is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Mark Hollick, good evening, Eddie, and everyone else in the chat. See, we've got a great little team here. Great little team. So nice to hear from you all anyway. What's this? Kipax. Jesus, I got mine for 165 quid for 5 nights. Are you talking about Bangkok? Now, that other chap, what did we work that out? 6 nights for... It is 6 nights with a weight about 250 quid or whatever, or maybe 300 quid. You tell me that Bangkok, 5 nights for 165. But that's I actually got mine cheaper than that. I mean, it's not a top of the range hotel, but it isn't bad anyway. There are some good hotel deals around. Let's see. Martin Ryder, my guest house next week is £11 a day. You're after Thailand. That sounds fantastic. £11 a day. I don't know where that is, whether that's in Bangkok or whatever. I still can't live down that bloody Swan Inn. I can't. There's some people that refuse to let me forget it. Santorini, I'm on the same airline as you, Ed. December the 1st for 2 months, £755 a bargain. That sounds good. And if that's in December, yeah, sounds good, mate. Good for you. Cats and Good Coffee. In Skyscanner, if you know how to search and your dates are a bit flexible, you can find dates where the tickets are more economic. Yeah, I use Skyscanner, I must admit. Let's see. Let's see. Kipax, some excellent deals to be had with hotels. Absolutely. Mark Oliver, well, I wrote about my TIT 1225 calculator of 1976. Mark Oliver does some fantastic stuff, about telecommunication and other, electronic things that that are really, really fascinating. And I always look forward to reading his columns. I see them in Facebook. Really, really great stuff. I must get that picture of Reg Varney with the ATM one of these days on here. Keep forgetting that one. Paul Hoskin. Is 6 rashers, 6 sausages, 3 eggs on toast and beans too much for breakfast? It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've been a bit of a glutton. The thing is, if you really like a meal, like an all English breakfast or whatever, the temptation is to go over the top. But the thing about losing weight, a lot of it's psychological. I mean, do you really need that much, or are you just having that because you're greedy? And not only that, but if you eat that much, a real gut buster, do you feel good afterwards? I mean, I've had many a meal and I've thought, oh, I'm hungry for this, bang, get the stuff on there, all the sausages and all this kind of stuff. And then afterwards, I thought, I felt like rubbish afterwards, Anyway, Pele, Steph Traveller went camping today. Cool live streams in the Belgian wilderness, including the cooking show. Salmon was on the menu. Yummy, yummy. Okay. Is he trying to compete with Mark Weens, is he? Good for him, anyway. Good for them. Nice to see Steph getting out and about. Before I get started, I'm just going to grab the rest of that beer. Asda did well this weekend. At least they managed to, deliver the correct booze that I ordered. This is a Coors Light. Now, I'm drinking this Coors Light. I still have cases of Kronenberg that I haven't opened yet, simply because they're heavier, they're more calories. So I'm getting used to this, and the lighter calories in this does make a difference. I wouldn't necessarily drink this out of choice. I'd rather have the Carlsberg Export, but I'd rather have the Carlsberg Export. But the lesser calories in this does make all the difference. Let me see now. Kipax. Why 3 hotels in Pattaya? Well, I'll tell you why. I mean, I'm staying in each one of those a week at a time. 3 hotels in Pattaya. So that's the first. I've got, Bangkok 6 nights, and then 3 hotels in Pattaya, 7 nights per hotel. So 3 hotels in Pattaya, because they're all hotels that I've never stayed in before. They all look good. They look really. No, one of them I have stayed in before. Yeah, one of them I have. But it changed. And also, it'll be good to make hotel reviews. I've got to make some videos, so that'll be a good start. I'll make videos of all of those hotels, and the hotel reviews often go down reasonably well, and all of those hotels. Look, I could so easily pick the nicest hotel that I know of and just stay in that one. But I'd rather move about a bit, and then I can make more videos. And that's what the other channel's all about. Giving people information on travel. But all of those hotels, yeah, I was booking. A friend was there. Was with me when we were booking him. Yes, and he's never been to Thailand. He just was amazed at the price of those. Because other places that he goes to are just so much more expensive. The one thing about Thailand is that you just can get such really good value for the hotels. You can't really knock it for that. All three of the hotels, we're watching pictures of them all and what they offer, and absolutely fantastic. Great value. There's some great value hotels. I can't wait to stay in all three of those. I might even book a fourth one. But the thing is, I don't want to stay in Pattaya too long, because if I do that, then things will become a bit stale. David Coleman, if you get caught now with no license or helmet, the fines are 2,000 baht. They just changed the law. Listen, if you've got no helmet and you come a cropper, it's 2,000 baht. The last thing's on your worry, on your mind. I've seen deaths on motorbikes. I know. I don't mind being accused of being namby-pamby because I refuse to ride motorbikes. But I've seen deaths on motorbikes. I seen one earlier this year in Hua Hin. I've seen them in Pattaya. It's not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight, mate. Farang Travels. I got Siam Hotel at Pattaya for £40 a night. That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, well, I know where that hotel is. I haven't stayed in that one, but Mark Alec, speaking of trips, I need to make one to the coffee machine. BRB. Good for you, Mark. Anyway, a nice cup of. What time of day are you, Mark? About 4:30 in the afternoon. That sounds like a great. No, not 4:30. 5:30 in the afternoon. Sounds like a good time to have a nice cup of coffee. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Alex Jones, did you use Agoda to find a hotel? No, I use Booking.com. Same old Booking.com. Now, this is a debate. I've talked to people on the other channel. Some people say Agoda is the one to use. I know a lot of people use Agoda, but I'm just used to using Booking.com. And at the prices that I'm paying now, I think I'll just. It's just the devil I know. It's what I'm used to. Enigmatic comment of the night. David Coleman, you can F. Okay, enigmatic comment of the night. That one. Let's see. Ian Baum, will you be using that new ferry service from Pattaya? No, I didn't even know of that one. Will you be using that new ferry? No, to be honest with you, Ian, I was early this year. I was in I was in those three islands in the Gulf of Thailand. I was in what's it called, Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, and Koh Samui, and they're all well worth a visit. But I won't be in a hurry personally to go to those again. I mean, I didn't see Samui at its best because a lot of those businesses are closed, and it wasn't. It didn't really do it for me. It probably wasn't Koh Samui at its best. Koh Phangan's all full of like young, gravy people. Koh Tao, is a beautiful island, but I think I've been there and done that, so I won't be in a rush to go to those islands again. I'll tell you the islands I do want to go to again. The island that I do want. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Cambodia. The islands of Koh Rong, absolutely beautiful, unspoiled. And there's a couple of other little islands there. I'll be more interested in seeing them again, to be honest with you. Dickie B, nice to hear from you. David Coleman, you can get an okay room for £20 a night now in Pattaya. Yeah, that's about a tenth of what you were paying somewhere like bloody Cornwall. $20 a night, sorry. Let's see. S Towers 4K. Good evening, Ed. Hope all is well. Love Mondays because of these live streams. Fantastic. S Travels 4K as a terrific channel. You probably do know it, but he's films walkabout videos. He's in Mallorca and he does Spain and he does Manchester and all. Wonderful stuff. Very, very, very watchable. So check out his channel. Absolutely fantastic. Great bit of filming. I've been watching quite a lot of his videos. Great walkabout videos. Roger Hughes, hiya. Do you have a different camera? Quality is much better. No, it's the same one. It's the same Logitech webcam. But nice of you to say so anyway. Yogi Bear, nice to hear from you. Seamus Doherty, the hotel. Oh, you paying? Yeah, you gave that quote earlier. The hotel's a 4-star beside Nana Plaza, so worth the money. I thought, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds bloody good stuff. Good for you, mate. Ernest Connell, Errol Flynn, classic Mark Mongerer. That man lived a life, didn't he? He lived a life. Apparently, I mean, he looked a very, very healthy fella, but apparently, he was riddled with all kinds of illnesses. What wasn't he? I believe he was actually Australian. His name was that, but I think actually he was actually Australian. As far as I know. Yeah. I think it was Australia, but didn't he die at 50? And I think the story is that when he lived his life and he'd shagged his life left, right, and bloody centre. He'd partied so hard and abused his body. Now when he died, didn't he? Somebody say that at 50 years of age, he had the body of a 70-year-old man. He'd worn himself out that much. Yeah, 50 years of, I think it was 50 years of age. It's a very, very young age. Sean Harris, Errol Flynn was in some great movies in Like Eddie. Okay, fine. AG, nice to hear from you. Nice to see you, where there's like an old friend dropping in. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for that. Mark Ollick, those 100-year storms seem to come every 5 years now. Absolutely. I mean, it's look, what's happening in Pakistan. I mean, my thoughts are with those. I mean, you can see the news, you can see the news report and all that, but unless you're actually there, to see stuff like that. I mean, hey, we get a bit of a heat wave when we start panicking in this country. Clive, McLaren F1 race. Max Verstappen won again at the weekend, and the bastard wife is still stonewalling. Lol. Happy Mondays. When you call it the bastard wife, that's not good. Best of luck to you, mate. Anyway, I know you're having a tough time, man. Best of luck to you. Martin Powell, nice to hear from you, Martin. Just booked the key premiere on Sukhumvit, Soy 7. Deluxe room with breakfast. Oh, deluxe, that's a lovely word, that, isn't it? For my first night in town, late November. Great value of £45. So that's the key premiere on Sukhumvit, Soy 7. Deluxe room with breakfast. Late November, £45. I mean, really, a deluxe room in a capital city, right? With breakfast, yeah. £45. You couldn't even perceive of that in a British city, let alone a capital. I mean, it is the one thing that makes Thailand great value. I mean, I really, really hope those hotel prices stay good value, because that's the one thing that makes it really, really worth going there. Let's see, Capo 17, Jason Connery TV. I didn't actually see that one. I'm assuming that's Sean's son. Paul Hoskin. It's a good question. What present day? That's a good question, that, Paul. What present day actor would be the best monger? Present day. Well, I'm not really up to date with present day actors. I like I'm sort of old school. I like the class. What present actor would be the best monger? I don't know. I don't know which actors now. I mean, they don't need to be mongers. I mean, they've got enough money. They can have all the bloody women that they want. And yet, isn't it funny that all of these millionaire, celebrities and footballers and actors, they're all worth millions, and they can have supposedly all the women they want. and then you hear them going with high class hookers. You know, strange. David Coleman. Let's see, David Coleman. The monsoons start in the Himalayas and work their way over India, down to Thailand, in that whole region. I'm kind of glad I'm not there right now. You know, I'm kind of glad I'm not there right now. Yeah, GW, Eddie, when are you going to change your underwear? How do you know that I don't go commando? Mark Oleg, I'm all queened out with the coverage. I'm all queened out with the coverage here in the States. I think I know what you mean, Mark. Yeah, I think I know. I think I haven't been watching it. I know. I don't want to disrespect Her Majesty. You know, I mean, she was a great queen and all that. But I can't. I can't watch it all, to be honest with you. Jeff Pot, 68. I'm working nights here, pal. Can anyone shed light on this 45-day entry into Thailand? Is it legit, and for how long? Yeah, it is legit. From the 1st of October. When you arrive in Thailand, Bangkok, you get given a 30-day. So I call it a tourist visa. Someone pulled me up and said, no, it's a visa extension, basically. Basically, as soon as you arrive in Bangkok airport, you were given 30 days to stamp your passport. You got 30 days in Thailand. Now, from the 1st of October, they changed it to 45 days, which is great. That's terrific. So 45, you can spend 45 days in the Kingdom of Thailand without having to worry about a visa. As soon as you arrive at the airport, they'll stamp it for 45 days. But this is only a temporary thing. This is only going to last up until March. I think maybe it could be the end of March, 2023. So it's a great idea. I'm not really sure why they're not making it permanent. Not really sure why that is. But anyway, you can get 45 days now, but only up until March. I think the reason for it, they're trying to, placate some of the tourists, that have been ostracized over the years. Anton Level, what are you drinking tonight, Eddie? I'm drinking Coors Light. Well, it's not called Coors. It's called. It's just called Coors, basically. It's just called Coors, but each can is 154 calories for a 400, which is a fair bit less than other cans of beer. It's nice. Yeah, you're talking about Coronation Street. McLaren said Hilda was a MILF. Oh, the rollers in her hair. So there's little things about Coronation Street that still stay with you. I mean, as a kid, I was forced against my will to watch Coronation Street. Bloody hated the thing. But all those classic characters, Hilda Ogden, Stan Ogden, Ina Sharples, the Battle Axe and all of that. And it kind of stays with you. Like whenever I come across anyone I meet who I think this person is a real gossip, this bloody person, I don't like to. This person just simply lives for gossip. I often say about that person, he's a bit of a Hilda Ogden. I often find myself saying that. Or she's a bit of an Hilda Ogden. Philip Mulville, you look great. Oh, thank you, Philip. That's very, very kind of you to say so. Daryl Fox, Eddie, I'm heading to Thailand in December. December 28th, Bangkok and Pattaya. I don't think I will be, funnily enough, Daryl. Nice to ask, but I've got a sneaky feeling that I will be in Cambodia then. Because, like I just said a moment ago, you've got a 45-day visa in Thailand. But hopefully I will be in Cambodia by then. But nice of you to ask anyway. Sean Harris, Ed, another movie question. I tend to agree with most of your choices. Who do you think played the best Wyatt Earp? Well, the best Wyatt Earp. I'll tell you but there's two movies that I've seen with the gunfight at the OK Corral. There was the classic gunfight, and I believe if I recall it, it was those wonderful best of mates, Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas. And I believe, no, I'm pretty sure that Burt Lancaster, that both of those, oh my God, Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, oh my God, did he really make such great actors anymore? What wonderful actors they were. Burt Lancaster, I believe, played Wyatt Earp, and that was a fantastic movie. I think I'm right in saying that Gunfight at the OK Corral was directed by John Sturges, who went on to make The Magnificent Seven. It was around about that time, and Great Escape and other stuff. But yeah, Burt Lancaster, I think, played a wonderful Wyatt Earp, and Doc Holliday was played by Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas, another great performance, so wonderful. Yeah, so I think if that answers your question, but I'd say that another very underrated movie, a lesser known movie, and I've only ever seen it once, and that was years ago. It's not a very well known movie, but I'd love to see it again. It's a film called Doc, and I think that comes from around about 1970. And that was the gunfight at the OK Corral, but it was a much more. It was a much more authentic. It was quite a violent western. 1970 they tended to make violent movies. They were very much the end thing then. And Doc Holliday was played by Stacey Keats. Yes, Faye Dunaway was also in the movie. Now the actor who played Wyatt Earp in that was he was portrayed as not a very nice character itself. I actually can't remember the name of the actor who played Wyatt Earp in that film Doc. But what I will say, I've only ever seen that movie once. That was years ago. But if you get the chance to see that film Doc, made in around about 1970 with Stacey Keats, it's well worth a look. It really is a movie that's worth checking out. So there you go. You got me on one there anyway. Yeah, Clive says exercise bikes are plenty in bars. I think he means something else there. Tony, Ed, did you see Bald Bankrupt's last video from Russia? They banned him for life. Well, he had a good. Yeah, I did see it. And Bald Bankrupt, what amazing, very charismatic, amazing presentation, and it's wonderful. I love his videos. In a way, I think he's not doing any more Soviet videos. I think it's the end of an era for that sort of stuff. He will be doing other stuff. But with regards to the Soviet, in a way, I'm a little teensy-weensy bit glad that he's not doing any more, because I think he's done that, and a lot of them start getting a bit, a little bit sameish. But I will be, when Bald Bankrupt starts tackling other parts of the world, I'll be watching his videos. Yeah, I did see that one. Excellent stuff. And I really loved that video he did where he he breaks into the area in Kazakhstan where they had the Russian space shuttle. That was wonderful, great entertainment, terrific. Martin writes, Eddie's diet, 2 minutes on the exercise by watching porno, speed walking to the kebab shop, and limited to 10 cans of Coors Light. Yeah, it sounds about right. No, that was the old. No, obviously, I've been really good. That's what it was like before. But actually, I've been really good. Jesus, I'm miles behind in the chat. I didn't realize I was so behind. Apologies, I've missed everyone. Apologies. Martin Powell, Ed just booked a beautiful boutique-style hotel. The key premier with breakfast. I am well behind the chat. £45. Thailand is such great for quality hotels at competitive prices. Roll on late November. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I'm going to skip through this a bit, because I'm going to skip through the. But yeah, Paul Hoskin. I want to lose 5 stone, but I'm finding it difficult. Stop eating like a pig. That's the answer. Ian Hannah, nice to hear from you. S Travels 4K. Losing weight increases your testosterone and libido, which helps when traveling, especially to Thailand. Well, all I can say to that is, look out, girls. Eddie's coming. Okay, let me see. Gaz 77. I don't pay for anything. I just nick it. You know, one of these. I tolerate Gaz because he does watch these live streams and comments. One of these days, I'm gonna have the bloody police knocking at my door saying, listen, we're trying to trace this Gaz fella. Now, do you know who he is? Could you identify him? Jesus Christ. Let's see. Eddie, more shorts. Yeah, I did a couple of ill-fated shorts. I mean, it's an experiment, like everything you do on YouTube. It's like an experiment. The thing is, this live channel, you don't really grow your channel much with live streams. Although we've had we've had up to 140 here tonight in the chat anyway, which is wonderful. For a small channel like this. But I've either got to do a few videos or a few. I'm working on it. But thanks for that anyway. I'm not going to put David Coleman's comment on the screen. I'm not going to put that on the screen. But it's funny, but I can't. Alistair Taylor. I want to lose 90 kilograms, but you won't leave me like it. Tinks. It cost me 300 quid for 3-star one night in Dublin last Saturday because there was a Garth Brooks concert on. Effing disgrace. I know. I absolutely know. I absolutely know. I mean, like you say. I mean, I was when I was booking my hotels, and I'm really, really very, very pleased with the price. My friend it was looking at hotels and was booking. He was absolutely. He couldn't get over it. He just didn't know how cheap Thailand could be. I mean, I'm one of those. Whenever I heard anybody saying Thailand, it's dirt cheap there. Everything's dirty. I'm usually the first to say, oh, no, don't listen to what people have told you. If you can spend big money in Thailand, you can. If you really want to enjoy yourself, don't listen to these people who tell you everything's dirt cheap. That's not true at all. But the one thing that is really, really amazing about is the cost of hotels. And Lord, I just hope it stays that way. David Coleman. Jesus, guys, I have 4 pieces of bacon, 1 egg, 1 piece of toast, a cup of tea. You need to try harder. I'll tell you what, there's one meal that never lets me down from Asda. The frozen lasagna. And it's so cheap. I mean, there's Asda's own version of the cheap and nasty frozen lasagna. It's about £1. I think it's about £1.60 a piece. I don't know what it is. I have the frozen lasagna with 3 pieces of toast. And my God, that is bloody good. That little lasagna is beautiful. Love it. David Kiernan. Okay, David Kiernan. Hey, Eddie, John TM Tani Hotel in Pattaya is very good. Zing Hotel is very good. Oh, all right. Thanks. To be honest with you, David, I was thinking of staying in John TM for the first time. I've never actually stayed in John. It's very, very close to Pattaya, and you get a bar bus quite easily. The problem is, I was tempted to book something in John TM just to have a look at it. The problem is that at the end of the night, if I'm having a night out in Pattaya, come 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to be jumping on a bloody bar bus to go to John TM or whatever. So I'll have to think about that. But thanks for your info anyway. Robert just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Nice to hear from you. David Coleman, Bolton bankrupt is lucky he didn't get 10 years in a Russian prison. Well, I wouldn't chance anything like that personally. He obviously chanced it, and it went down well for his video. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't chance it. John Metcalf, big tip for anybody: if you're stopping somewhere in Thailand for 3 weeks, book a month, stay direct with hotel. You'll save yourself a fortune. Book a month, stay direct with hotel, and you'll save yourself a fortune. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there are some, but don't forget when you go into peak season, the prices go up. You will. They are cheaper out of. I mean, I think November is technically out of season. March is technically out of season. But if you go in December, January, February, that's when the prices go up. Ian Bowden, we like staying in different hotels when in Pattaya too. A few days of luxury plus a cheaper one fit. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of variety. One of the hotels that I'm staying in, I'll book 3 hotels in Pattaya up to now. I may just book a 4th. One of the hotels I'm staying in, I have stayed in it before, and it's a good hotel. Only problem with it, it's a little bit out of the way. It involves walking into town. It's a bit out of the way. But the reason I booked that is because the first, let's say I'm staying in Bangkok for 6 nights, and then I've got then my first week in Pattaya, and they're all quite central stuff. So I'll probably be having a lot of nights out and consuming a lot of alcohol. The reason I've done that other one that's out of the way is because I think at that time I may want to stay in a hotel and not go out for a few nights, really, because I don't want to be, hitting the booze every night. You know what I mean? I mean, you wouldn't expect that of me, would you? Okay. Kipax, Eddie ruined my holiday. He hates white sands. I've only gone and booked a week. Oh, I didn't. Don't listen to me and everything. Kipax is a bit sore because he's going to the wonderful island of Koh Chang. And I said that White Sands, which is the most well-known resort in Koh Chang, I don't like it. I mean, I've kind of ruined it for him there. No, you'll probably have a great time, mate. I'm sure you will. Ian UK, did you have to put your card details in when you booked your hotels? My card details. Well, I book with the credit card, which is safer. It's a credit card, not 100% because I had an issue with an airline over it. But I book with the credit card. Sometimes you have to put all your details in, and sometimes you don't have to put your 3-digit code in. I mean, none of those are coming out. I like the idea of booking with Booking.com because you're booking through, a well-known established agent, and I feel a little bit safer with all of that. So don't do it with a debit card. I wouldn't do it with a debit card. Because if you lose your money, you're going to have a bastard of a time trying to get that money back. Whereas with a credit card, they're sort of insured. And if anything goes wrong, you should be able to get your money back quite easily. So I always use a credit card. Tom Easton, want to try Koh Samet. Koh Samet is quite easy to get to from Pattaya. It's not that far away. It's not that long away. It's a beautiful island with beautiful, lovely beaches. In terms of nightlife, it's quieter. It's a smaller island, but well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. El Terrifico, Koh Samui is boring. To be honest with you, Koh Samui. I've only been there once, and I thought some of the nightlife was a little teensy-weensy bit, a bit grim, really. It wasn't. There's a lot of young people in that Chewang Beach. There's older people in Lamai, but it didn't look. It's not really a very appealing place of a nighttime. Maybe if I see it again, but I wasn't overly impressed with it. Kevin Tallier, been watching your vids for a while. Keep it up. After watching the Brasov Romania vids, I'm definitely going to visit. It looks awesome place. Well, absolutely. That square, that beautiful historical square with those restaurants, lovely stuff. But if you're in Transylvania, and Transylvania was my favorite part of Romania. That was the best place that I visited. Brasov, also Sibiu. Sibiu is a beautiful, stunning town. That's the one where they have the eyes in the roof of the houses. Brasov, Sibiu, well worth a look. Well worth a look. Okay. Alison Taylor, I thought it looked good too, Kevin. Okay, cheers. Paul Hoskin, it's difficult to lose weight when you're older. Yeah, it is. Also, I mean, if you lose weight fast, it can be a little bit dangerous when you're older. It's not a good idea to lose weight fast. This is the approach that I'm having. I'm 60 years of age. I mean, for me, I've got the it's now on. If I don't lose weight this year, I never will. The thing is, I've been saying for years. Usually at the beginning of the year, I'm saying this is my New Year's resolution. This is the year that I'm going to lose weight and get trim again. And somehow it never ever happens. But I am getting into an exercise routine now. I am, and even if I can lose a couple of stone, it would mean a lot to me. But I'm hopefully going to lose a bit more than that. Catching coffee, S. Charles 4K. I see you made videos of Barcelona. I hope you did not get robbed. It is the most dangerous city in Spain at the moment. Good channel. Tenerife is cool in case you want to visit it. Yeah, I've never been to Barcelona, so I don't like commenting on places I've never been to. But what I do know about that city, it is for robberies, it is quite notorious. AJ, Errol Flynn and David Niven used to have a two-way mirror in their house. They used to get all the ladies, but yeah, apparently they were the best of friends, weren't they, them two? Isan, man, as the Indian who paid 200, and before I answer that, I'm going to get another drink. Oh, Lord. La 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 la. Oh my God, lovely stuff. This course is okay. It's okay. Let's see, Isan, man, nice to have. Isan, man, lives in Isan, and he has the most amazing information about a lot of things. Isan, man, has the Indian who paid 200,000 baht to the dance instructor he groped in Walker's because I started a GoFundMe here. Okay. Well, let's establish first of all how much 200,000 baht is. I think it's about $5,000 in English money. I think in British pounds, I think that's about $5,000, something like that. That's a lot of money, and it kind of makes you wonder. It's just the shape of things that come. I mean, the fact is, come on, guys, we've all walked through Walking Street and been groped and manhandled by the women, but if that was not a working girl, if that was a dance instructor, and you don't really know, do we really know the full circumstance? I haven't actually. I've heard about this case, but I don't know the full. You don't know what circumstances. I mean, unless we actually see the incident, it could have been quite alarming and distressful for her. But the idea of being fined that much money, it's kind of disturbing. Is it the shape of things to come? Johnny B. Hi, Steady. Good to see you, pal. Where's your favourite place to stay in Bangkok? Well, I like to stay, around the Sukhumvit area. Soy 7, there's a lot of good stuff there. I wasn't too keen on the Soy 4 bars last time, even though I think it's the Hillary bar. Last time I was there, it wasn't the best time to see it, but I think it's the Hillary 2 bar. When they have a live band, you go in there, and that is such a great night out there. But it's a bit expensive. But the favorite place, well, it's around between Nana area and Soy Cow, but anywhere around that area is pretty good. Popcorn. David Niven was a classical monger, and you wouldn't have thought so. Nick Ross, in like Flynn. Yep, water's all in like. in like Flynn had James Coburn, and it was like their version of the American version of James Bond, wasn't it? Oh no, that was Flint. I'm talking about, yeah. Oh, well, I'm getting confused here. Anyway, getting confused. Alan H. Flynn was from Tasmania. Yeah, yeah, I did hear that. David Coleman, girlfriend died in Vancouver. I stayed in very same hotel next to his room. Oh, well. Kiki on the Sale of Love. Apparently, David Jansen from The Fugitive fame was rumoured to be the illegitimate son of Clark Gable. There is definitely a similar. Oh, never knew that. Never knew that. Never knew that. Okay, so I'm gonna. I know I've fallen miles and miles and miles behind. David Coleman. Read David Niven's book, The Moon is a Balloon. He goes into all that girl and party and manga stuff. I remember when he released that book. I've never read it, but he promoted the hell out of it. He was on so many interviews talking about that book. He really was. Maybe I should check it out sometime. The Raven's Claw. There's a bit of commando in that. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just gonna skip forward a teensy weensy bit. Capo 17, the whole country was pleased when Stan and Hilda won the football pools. Yeah. Didn't they have a son who didn't want to know them? And they have a son who wanted to, isn't it funny all these years later, these little plot? Isn't it funny how you can remember trivial things from 50 years ago? And I can't remember last week. Mark Allen, those electronic songs on a chip are insane, like Greensleeves. We used as a music on hold with new electronic phone system in the late 1970. That's a nice tune, Greensleeves, isn't it? Lovely stuff. Nice. Thank you for that. Let's see. Iceman, still haven't heard anything official how long you'll be able to extend the 45-day visa exception. 30 days, 45 or 60 days. Yeah, I know. I was wondering about that. I mean, if you can extend are you going to extend it for another 40 days? 45 days or just 30 days? Yeah, it's unknown that. Let's see. Yogi Bear, Eddie will get another 45 days when you go back from Cambodia, as long as you're back before 31st of March. Okay, that's good to hear that. Good to hear. Thanks for that info. Mark Ollig, Kate Russell was the best. I remember Hugh O'Brien did him in the 1950s TV show. Kate Russell, married to Goldie. I like Kate Russell a lot. I thought he played such a great part in Escape from New York, that John Carpenter movie, which is my favorite John Carpenter movie. I thought Kate Russell had some biceps, didn't he? Jesus Christ, give him his due. David Coleman, if I can go to Thailand for 6 weeks, I would think about it. I almost booked my flight to Cuba. Thailand, Cuba, both great places, mate. The Ravens Claw, I really hate flying for 12 hours. Well, how else are you going to get there? Teleportation? Beam me up, Scotty. Well, I hate the flying, but at least I'd rather have a direct flight than an indirect, because some people actually like indirect flights where after halfway through the journey they stop off at another country and wander around. And I don't want that. I just want to get the whole nasty ordeal out the way with. David Coleman, it's 21 hours to Bangkok from Toronto. I don't know if I can do it. Presumably there's a change over there. That sounds like a long. I mean, that can't be direct. Is that really? It can't be direct. McLaren F1 race, Space Shuttle B&B, Alan Chick episode was awesome. Are you talking about Bald and Bankrupt? Yeah, absolutely. I seen that. David Coleman, Baldwin Bankrupt's best videos are the ones he did in India. Let me see. Okay, I'll just skip through this anyway because I'm miles behind with the chat. Oh no, not that. Not that miles behind. I'm going to go to this one. Bobby Webber, Saigon booming right now. Not too much rain, warm but not stifling. I did get sick yesterday. Too much whiskey and beers. Paid the price. Need to go on the wagon. Cheers. Saigon, great place. You know, I wouldn't entirely rule that out. You know, another visit to Vietnam. What I do know is that from Phnom Penh to Saigon by road, but you can actually get there. You can actually get there in about 6.5 hours because I've done it there and back. So I wouldn't exactly rule that out. David Coleman, Max City condos in Jomtien are nice, beautiful, 450 quid a month, everything included. I email them. Well, that's it. Let's see. Yeah. Ian Bowden, finished work now. Do you think the Chinese will be back in Thailand this winter? Opener. No, I didn't mean it. The Chinese are all right, aren't they? They're all right. The Chinese will. But I haven't really researched what's happening in China. It's not on the menu for me. They do some nice food though. I know that much. Paul Hoskin, no one forgets their first car. Okay. Mark Ollig, especially the back seat. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Mark Ollig, especially at the outdoor drive-ins. Is that an American phenomenon? I've seen that in the old movies where the young guy takes his girlfriend to the drive-in. You sit there watching a movie on a big screen out there. I don't think we've ever done anything like that in this country. It looks like a lot of fun. Kiki on the trail of love. Barcelona is not dangerous unless you're an idiot falling around drunk. If you are disrespectful, then yes, you'll get said. It is true. I mean, a lot of these people who come unstuck in countries, they do act like idiots. I was reading something on a Facebook site about Phnom Penh, a story about a couple of guys who went into one of the girly bars in Phnom Penh. Basically, they went in the bar with the attitude, come on, girls, the drink's on us. The girls quickly flocked around them. Drinks were flowing. They ended up getting a bill of $280, and then they kicked off. Claiming they were ripped off, and there was all hell broke loose. I mean, if you go in these bars acting like a dickhead, then you're going to get ripped off, aren't you? McLaren F1 I have shagged in a Citroen AX back in the day. First proper girlfriend, reversed into a tray after. What was too excited to get her back before the 11 p.m. curfew. Oh my God almighty. Sandra Taylor. Hi, Eddie. Can't stay long. Hope all's okay. Yeah, nice to hear from you, Sandra. I hope all's well with you as well. You have a nice evening anyway. Barbershot. Hillary 2 was the best. Yeah, good bar that. Soy 4. Well worth a look. Mark Ollick, loud though. Yeah, absolutely. Are we talking? S travels 4K. You can be a target in La Ramblas if you wear fancy jewelry. Barcelona's overrated. Of course, if you wear fancy jewelry, I wouldn't. I don't wear any jewelry anyway. Mark Ollig, Eddie, did you ever do it on a waterbed? No, never. Sounds like fun, though. Sounds like fun. Capo 17, Matt Flint was Dean Martin. What was it? Was it really? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah. I think he played the spy as well, didn't he? He played the spy. Let me see. Cats and good coffee. Some Indians in town, they just tell me they do everything possible not to pay Thai bar girls and freelancers. They go in groups like hyenas trying to get group discount. Annoying, okay? Well, with regards to that, what happened in Walkers, we don't really know the full circumstances. Okay? You know, is another Steph tribute act. Steph Salmon. Steph tried to meet me while I was still alive, okay? Okay, Sean the Prawn. You used to be able to stop in Thailand over 15 years ago between Australia and Europe. It really helps avoid the crazy jet lag. Absolutely. Oh, of course, Mark Hollick. Russell played a better Wyatt Earp in the Tombstone movie, which I like better than the Wyatt Earp movie with Kevin Costner. Yeah, I forgot about. I've never actually seen that film Tombstone, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that'd be a good one. I'd love to check that one out. Okay, we're on an hour and 12. Now, I know that this is Monday night. Uh, I know it's Monday night, and I said something about the big question. We've waffled on a little bit. Thailand bound, just a real Thailand bound, hopefully. I always compare renting a bar girl to renting a hire car. Okay. Nice to hear from you. Greg Fox, Dean Martin was Matt Elm. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Okay, let's just get this. Charles Stewart Wright, Matt Helm was Dean Martin, James Colberg was in like Flint. Okay, that's it. And I think they were both they didn't last very long. Okay, so so let's see now. Okay. We've waffled on, but it's a bit of a laid back night. It's only we haven't actually got to the big question. We'll do that tomorrow. There are things to talk about, but I must admit, I've got that sort of lost weekend feel about me. I really. Okay, so this is a light-hearted question. Okay, we'll do a light-hearted question. Okay, and I've discussed this one before, but I've never really invited people to put their put their opinion in. Okay, so there's still 135 people in the chat. It's Monday night. I mean, are the people watching this show because it's same old on the TV? I don't know. I wouldn't be disrespectful to him, Matt. It's very sad. But the TV is, it's doing it to death, really. But anyway, here we go. So a question now: a damp squib. Now I've talked about this on the other channel and another video. A damp squib. Now, what a damp squib is? Have you ever heard that phrase? It's a damp squib. The phrase that a damp squib, a squib was an incendiary device, an explosive device, right? That was used in the late 19th century as an explosive device, right? But the reason it was called a damp squib, it was basically like a banger, firework. When it got damp, it was no good then. It was no good. So it was referred to as a damp squib. So a damp squib is something. Whenever you hear that phrase, what it means is that's something that you think is going to be explosive and exciting, but it doesn't quite take off. It doesn't quite ignite. I felt that way about Pattaya early this year. It was a bit of a damp squib, to be honest with you. So now my own personal damp squib was 1986, Halley's Comet. Apparently this thing comes around, I think it's once every 75 years it comes around. And when Halley's Comet, 1986, I thought we were so privileged to see a Halley's Comet. And then when Halley's Comet appeared, well, it didn't really. If you actually look through your telescope, it was just little like a faint thumbprint in the distance. And I thought, is that it? I thought Halley's Comet was going to come whizzing by, with sparks flying out of it, little aliens waving as it went by. No, Halley's Comet was this little thumbprint in the distance, visible only through a telescope. So the Halley's Comet was the biggest damp squib of my life, okay? So basically, what I'd like to know is, where am I now? Okay, so I've told you mine. So I'd like you to tell me yours, if you could. What was the biggest damp squib of your life? Okay. Now, when I say damp squib, I'm talking, it could possibly be a sporting event. It could be any sort of event, a movie event, any kind of event that you thought, I thought it was so privileged seeing this, and it turned out to be a real damp squib. What was the one that you recall? Yeah, let's see. Okay. Mark Alex sounds like some gals are dating a damn squib. Okay. Kipax, damn squib. No, it is actually damn squib. It is actually damn squib. Dutch Varang, damn squib sounds like a Thai dish. Capo 17, the Chinese meal I got delivered last night. McLaren F1 race, Halley's bald pussy would have been better. Does anyone actually ever remember Halley's Comet in 1986? I heard about it as a little kid. I think that sounds so exciting, and yes, it's so exciting. I was so looking forward to it. And what a bloody classic damn squib it was. Oh my god. Yeah, let's see. Barry from EastEnders, Chessington. Okay, is that that a theme park? Is it? Spitz Energy. This sounds like a good answer. The pyramids. Now, I've never been to the pyramids. I almost went there and I got my visa, but they had a massacre sort of thing. But I have heard that the pyramids are a bit of a damn squib. Apparently, they just sit there and they don't really do anything. So that's a good answer. Thanks for that, Spitz. McLaren says, first time I had sex. Okay. Capo 17 says, get the girl damp before you squib her. Yeah, Brenda says, I had a nice Chinese meal last night, egg fried rice with roasted duck. Okay, good for you, man. Good for you. Know what breed of duck it was? David Coleman, I would never go anywhere where they eat dogs. Well, I've actually been in. I wouldn't eat dog either. Apparently, it tastes a bit. I think even the Vietnamese don't like it. But I have been in a restaurant in Hanoi, and you turn over the menu, and it's got the whole page in English here. Dog meat menu. Dog casserole, dog with fry. No, I wouldn't either. Thailand bound. Ed, serious question. As a fan of your streams, I've noticed that you were a guest on Steph Traveller quite often. And as recently as last week, would you consider bringing him on your stream? Somehow I don't believe this is the real Thailand bound, because Thailand bound knows quite well that Steph has already been on my stream. So I don't think that's the real Thailand bound somehow. Mark Hollick, the answer is 42. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Oh, Yogi Bear, the lunar eclipse. It was cloudy. Yeah, I remember that was 1999? I watched that from the Devon coastline. And yet you're right, it was an afternoon. It was cloudy then. So, you could see it through the clouds, and it went dark for a moment. But it was, yeah, you're right there. That was a bit of a damn squib. And apparently all the hotels were fully booked, and people had paid a lot of money for that. Ion Tilt, New Year's Eve 2000. Yeah, New Year's Eve 2000, because we thought you tended to the year 2000, the Earth's going to move, you got a 2 in the front. I mean, what does it all mean? I spent New Year's Eve 2000 at Plymouth Hoe, with all the crowds. And okay, so it's New Year's Eve, and I don't really bother with New Year's Eve, but the year 2000 quite exceptional. But I was down there at Plymouth Hoe, and all the crowds were there, and wow, fireworks going off, amazing. So okay, so the year 2000, so what? Still the same now as it was the day before. S Travels 4K. Terminator 3 waited 10 years for it. I've seen the first two. I can't remember Terminator 3, funnily enough. Cats and Good Coffee. Some people told me Hollywood was a damn squib when they visited it. Okay. I've never been there. Let's see. Steph Traveller. Cheers, Steph Salmon, yeah. David Coleman, a squid is the device that goes off inside the dynamite. If it does not work, it is a damn squid. It's well, okay, thanks for that info. Yeah. I still think the word is squib with the bay. I'm sure it is. Kippo Macmac. Visited Stonehenge, a real damp squib. Do you know something? I live a couple of hours away by road from Stonehenge, and I've never been there. I've never been to Stonehenge. I live about a couple of hours away. I've never been there. Well, I don't know. I've seen pictures of it. It looks like a bunch of stones to me. I mean, obviously, as I say, religious and all kinds of mythical stuff. I mean, if there was a night when Stonehenge, was full of vampires, and there was lots of naked women with hairy fannies, running around there of a night time, then I'd go there. I'd go there and see it then. But no, I never really wanted to go there. Kipax, hairy pussy is a damn squid. Okay. David Coleman, I will soon need the blue pills. I'm afraid I'm getting a damn squib. Okay. Sean Harris, Bondi Beach in Oz, really small beach. Really, I'll say what did I think was disappointing in terms of buildings. When I come from the city of Liverpool originally. I don't know if you know this, but I do. I wonder we do have some beautiful buildings in Liverpool. All this day, I don't live there anymore. But Liverpool, but we have two cathedrals. There's the modern Catholic one, shaped like a crown, and they call it Paddy's Wigwam. And there's the Anglican Cathedral, which is the biggest Anglican cathedral, I believe, in the world, and the fourth biggest church of any type on the planet. It is absolutely colossal. And when I first seen St. Paul's Cathedral in London, probably the most famous cathedral in Britain, I actually thought it looked a lot smaller than the Anglican Cathedral in Liverpool. Well, I'm pretty sure that it is. And also, another thing that seemed surprisingly small to me when I seen it was Notre Dame in Paris. I mean, it looks amazing. You can see it from the Eiffel Tower, but I stood up close to Notre Dame, and it didn't really, because I'm used to like the Anglican Cathedral in Liverpool. Notre Dame didn't look that big to me. Just saying. Okay. Joseph Derrick. Loch Ness Monster. Do you mean Loch Ness Monster? Do you really mean to tell me that the Loch Ness Monster doesn't exist? What a disappointment. Mark Alec, if a girl gets excited, is she in a state of squib? I've come across a few squibby things in my time, yeah? Yeah, boo-hoo. Dogs are eaten in Canada, and 3% of the Swiss eat dog. Really? Oh, my God. Wanderer 299. It was surely later Halley's Comet. I remember watching it from Turkey in the late 90s. Could see it without binoculars. No, you got the wrong one, mate. Wrong one. You got the wrong one. No, Halley's Comet came round in 1986, and it was a damn squib. You must have been thinking about another one. Let's see. Kev C, hello, I just got back from Prague. Really enjoyed it. Just wondering if you've ever been. I went to Prague about 25 years ago. I actually went at Christmas time, and it was a nice city. It was a bit wet there, a bit of drizzle. Nice city, nice bars and all that. Yeah, one of those places I keep meaning to go back to. David Coleman opening Al Capone's safe live TV. Well, did I hear something about that? You know, they opened Al Capone's safe on live TV, and I think I did hear something about that. That's an interesting one. Brenda, what are you drinking, Eddie? I'm having a Coors Light because I'm trying to lose a few calories, so I'm drinking lighter, and it's quite nice. Going down well. Okay. Mark Oleg, full solar eclipse over the middle of the USA in 2024. Okay, well, we obviously haven't had that, but that'll be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Andrew Hammer, New Year's Eve, 1999 into the millennium. Yeah, well, I think we talk about New Year's Eve. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's okay. It's good. You know, we're going to go into the year with the letter 2 on the front of it. But apart from that, what else does it mean? What was interesting, didn't the Tony Blair government? They did all celebrations for the millennium. You know, the Millennium Dome and all this. Spent a small fortune on all of this kind of stuff. And whereas other countries, like I think other countries, didn't really bother spending much of anything, did they? Really? You know, to mark the millennium. I think Britain were the only one who was getting excited about it. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I don't believe that's the real Thailand bound. Steph Traveller, can't come on. Sorry, salmon food poisoning. Best of luck to you, Steph. Anyway, get well soon. Let's see now. Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, this is an interesting one. David Heisenberg, lookalike. The Millennium Bug, as they said, it could end everything. What a waste that. Yeah, that's right. There was all this panic, wasn't it, about the Millennium Bug, about all the computers were going to crash and all this kind of stuff. Once the year 2000 come along, and it never happened. I won't. Well, you could look at it as a damn squib, but you could also look at it as a bit of a relief that it didn't happen. A bit of a storm about nothing. Brenda, RoboCop 2 is cow dung. RoboCop 2, I forgot about that. I can imagine that probably was a damn script, simply because the first RoboCop was directed by Paul Verhoeven. It was superb at that kind of movie. It really is a fine filmmaker of those science fiction movies. And the first RoboCop was terrific, great movie. I heard that the RoboCop 2 was just not in the same league. I think I did see RoboCop 2, but yeah, McLaren F1 first RoboCop. Oh, yeah, it was as well. Yeah, absolutely. Dutch Farang, nice to there. Something smells fishy, but it could be salmon. Okay. Cat and Go Coffee, most Tinder and Badoo data damn script. I would say scams with chicks out pictures from 10 years ago. I use Photoshop. I've never actually used any of them, so I wouldn't know. But Barber's foot, Stonehenge by Spinal Tap, mate. Yeah, that was that Rocky you mentioned. That was bloody funny. That they on stage they got Stonehenge, a model of Stonehenge, except they got the measurements wrong and ended up with this bloody little model. Hilarious, love it. Kipax, Maya Bay is a damp squib. That's is that legendary beach off Phuket around that way? I've never been there. I've heard it's very nice. A damp squib. Okay, if you say so. Pele. Yeah, thumbs up, folks. Top show. Thanks, Eddie. Okay, cheers. Thanks for that, Pele. Appreciate that. Jeff Ives. a squib. He's got the right spelling of it. A squib was the little taper on a matchbook musket. If it got wet, it wouldn't ignite the powder in the pan. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Jeff. Thanks for that. Let's see. I got me a go-go girl, but I got smashed my squiddly diddly tin. I have to pay it all that bloody money. Dreadful. JM, greets from Wahen. Check out the food hall in the market mall you was in. Wahen, I've been there a few times. Great little town, lovely little town. Check out the food hall in the market you was in. Do you know something? I'll make this point. Is that when I like doing food reviews, and some of them go down well because food's a big issue. But you know, some of these vloggers who eat so much food and all that, I don't know where they put it. I don't know where they're eating all of that food because when I've done food reviews from various locations, I do a food review, but some of them, some of these vloggers seem to do nothing but food. I mean, they eating all the time. I couldn't do that. I couldn't eat that much food really. So I watch these vloggers. He's having a meal, and he's having another meal, and another. They're really bloody eating all that much. But anyway, thanks for that, JM. This is the fake Thailand bound, because the real Thailand bound wouldn't say this. I just read the comment that Steph is camping. Could I translate that? Doesn't mean he is sleeping in a plastic bag in the doorway of McDonald's. Wouldn't surprise. Right, that's a fake Thailand bound. And as for Steph, I'm sure that he's camping, and I can't wait to see his videos. Mark Oleg. I spent all night in the telephone office monitoring the communication systems. Cats and good coffee. Okay, that's it. That's it. Mark does a wonderful a wonderful comment, just fascinating information about telecommunication and other stuff. Let me see. Steph Traveller. Okay, I've got a feeling it could be the real Steph Traveller, but it isn't the real Thailand bound. Okay, we're not going down that way. Okay, Kippo Macmac. Okay, Kippo Macmac. The result of who shot JR was a damp squib. Yeah, that was the bloody hell! It was all over the place. Who shot JR? Even graffiti put who shot that was all over the place, wasn't it? Who shot JR? But I'd say another one, which I thought, with regard to a TV program, was another damn squib. Was I watched that program, that really haunted, weird, and wonderful program, Twin Peaks, which came out, was in the early 90s, and Who Killed Laura Palmer, and and that was, and it was made by David Lynch. He was a weird and wonderful film director, and it was. I watched the first season, and I thought that was really, really good, but I expected that at the end of the series they were going to reveal who killed Laura Palmer, but they didn't. It turned out to be a damn squib and then the second series come along, and it seemed to be getting a bit, a bit strange and losing the plot the second series. So I thought who killed Laura Palmer was a real damp squib. That was if anyone remembers that one. Dutch Farang, Eddie Unmasked the Imposter, okay. Capo 17, everyone was crapping themselves over their computers in the millennium, yeah? Okay, here we go. What's interesting? What is interesting? Let me see. Let's see. McLaren Forest, Taliban, yeah, okay, whatever. Thailand bound. Hi guys, just joined. Nice to see everyone on the stream. Good to see you. It's hard to know who's real and who's fake. It's a good game, this, isn't it? Good game. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. Let's see. It's interesting to see that well, let's say it's interesting. What was I going to say? It's interesting that when I say what was the biggest damn squib, like no one's chosen a sporting event, have they? They haven't. I know of a sporting event which I felt was a real classic damn squib. Anyone know of a sporting event which you thought was going to be, exciting and explosive, and it was a real disappointment, a real damn squib. Okay, let me just see. Let me just get this on a moment. Let's see. Uh, what am I going? Okay, let me. Yeah, in a moment. Yeah, okay, a moment. Let me see now. Okay, where are we now? Okay, let's see. Let's see. There's usually two attempts at this. Okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah, who's this? Lisa Dale at Kipax. Lisa Dale is a damn squib. Okay, it's damn. I'd say she's bloody soaking wet. Personally, Sean Harris. I lost a lottery ticket the Millennium Night. Always wondered if it might have been a winner. Probably wasn't. Who's this? Pele. A little worried that Steph is camping too close to the Dole nuclear power station, but he is a tough one. Absolutely. Thailand bound. Gentlemen, I have a few imposters, but this really is me. To prove it, I will tell you, Sheila was on my guest last night. A wonderful guest. Well, I could have told you that because I seen the stream. Okay, Wanderer. Haley's comment. You're right, Ed. He just Googled it. Wonder what I was watching with a couple of weeks then. Alternate universe. Okay. So let's see. So we've waffled. We haven't had a. This is the closer we've come to a big question tonight. But I've had a bit of a lost weekend. So, but we managed to get to an hour and 38 minutes anyway, and there's still like 120 people in the chat. David Coleman, those crazy people in California all drank poison and killed themselves, thinking they would be going to Haley's Comet. That's bloody awful. That is awful. That is absolutely true, awful. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Sean Harris, scripts what they use in movies to show bullet wounds. Wild Bunch and Godfather comes. Is that right? Right? No, I never knew that. Thailand Bound. No, that could be the real Thailand Bound. A super sticker. Okay, thank you for that, Thailand Bound. A £5 super sticker. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Okay, thank you for that. So let's see. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? You may want to take that back in a minute. Let's see. Okay, so for the moment, we've the biggest damn script. Nobody's chosen a sporting event. Funnily enough, have they? Let's see. Nobody's chosen a sporting event. Okay, so okay, squeaky daughter. I'm going to be back in a minute, and there's a guest coming on. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay. So let's see. So we have it. We have a. Let's see, Mark Ollie. I thought they used ketchup plastic bags for blood squirting or squibbing. I think I don't know what they use, but the Wow Bunch really. I think Bonnie and Clyde to an extent, didn't he? Okay, so let me see now. Okay, I'm going to skip this. So remember the damn. I'm funny that no one's chosen a sporting event. I'm going to ask my next guest. Funnily enough, I'm going to. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, Thailand ban, the fake Thailand ban, £175, just doesn't prove it really is me. Okay, thank you for that, Pete. Thank you for that. If that's really you, Peter, thank you for that. Okay, so listen, we've got a guest on tonight. Now, I like characters. I like characters. I like rebels, and none of us are perfect. And my next guest isn't perfect, but I do think that my next guest is actually a very funny character, and he is a character, and we all love him. He's been on the show before, so I will welcome to you the one, the only, the rebel without a cause, Mister Steph Traveller. Okay, howdy, boy. Geez, if I'd have known you were wearing the cowboy hat, I'd have worn one too.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you loud and clear, Steph.
Okay.
This is Steph. This is Steph, anyway.
I'm wearing my cowboy hat now because I was camping in the wild today, and I made the video in the forest. Yeah. That's why, and I was eating a salmon. I was eating a salmon in the forest. That's why everybody is referring to the salmon thing.
Yeah,
you have to watch it later. You have to watch it later.
I'm going to watch your videos. I am going to watch your videos, Steph, because Steph.
You can watch it later.
Yeah, I can watch it, but I mean, Steph. Steph, he hasn't traveled. Well, he's done a few other things,
but here you can see the salmon I was eating here on my background. I put it on my background. Here's the salmon.
Yeah. In the good old days of before.
Oh, this is a real screenshot. Real screenshot of the salmon.
Yeah. A salmon. Yeah. Oh, salmon in the pan. Good for
salmon. You. Yeah. I did it this night. 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, I was eating salmon in the forest. This is a screenshot.
All right. Let me see. Business is about Life Utopia. What have we got? The Belgian dude. Okay. Yeah. Capo 17. Steph, you're supposed to cook the thing first. Dutch Farag, I needed this tonight. I can sleep good now. Yeah. Okay. Steph, it's good to have you along. Steph.
Yeah. Nice to see you. And thank you for coming on my stream also yesterday.
I was on your stream the other day, and
yesterday.
Isn't it a big pity? Isn't it a big pity, right?
I did a music quiz or something yesterday. I can't remember what I did.
Yeah,
music quiz. Yeah.
Steph, isn't it a big pity? All these bloody copyright issues. I mean, why is it that at this time of night we can't have a really good old karaoke together without worrying about it?
You can do that. You can do that, but you cannot get monetized. You don't really get a flag. You get the copyrights, but you can still upload your video. That's no problem. But you cannot make any money from it.
I mean,
I wouldn't worry about that, because from live streams you don't get that much views.
Yeah.
If you upload a video, a normal video, you get like maybe 5,000, 10,000 views, but live streams, I get 1,000, if I'm lucky, 1,500 views. You don't get rich from that anyway. So if YouTube says I'm gonna copyright strike you, fine with me. But you still get your donos. If people donate you via super chat, you still get that money. So that's not a problem then.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So anyway, how did your camping trip go? Everyone wants to know, how did your camping trip?
Yeah, I did. I went for a meal today. I was wild camping, scouting a place, and in one place they discovered me. I have to leave. There was a guy walking his dog, and he noticed me. I was sitting there with my motorbike, and I have to leave the place. I have to go to another place.
Yeah.
And then it was pitch black, and I have to eat my salmon in pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I had that small camping light on the top there, as you can see. That was all
Yeah.
my light. But here I put on the light of my of my phone here. That is the LED lights of my phone. But if I turn them out, you can watch my video. It was pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even see my salmon. I couldn't see my pan. I couldn't see anything. I have to lift up my pan to see the fire pit, if it's still burning or not.
Okay. I mean, Steph, I've never been camping in my life before. I mean, I think it would be very. It probably. I just have, and I think at my age, I think it's a bit old to start doing that. Because I think you really, really need to know what you do. But I mean, sleeping in a field in a tent, is that what you do? Is it?
Yeah, I did it a few years ago. I was camping in the Ardennes. You can watch it also on my channel. Camping
I'm
getting old for it. I have to admit that. I'm getting old for it. And also
I'd
my
be worried
breath.
that a rat or a snake or some lizard or something's going to crawl into the tent and attack. I don't know how to enjoy that.
You can close your tent. You have to watch out for raccoons. Yeah, sometimes.
Did you get those in Belgium?
No, not really. But did you see that video from Cheap Charlie? But he was attacked by raccoons when he was camping.
Really? I didn't see that video. No, I didn't see
in
that.
Ohio. Oh, it was funny to watch.
Yeah.
He was attacked by raccoons on his live stream.
Oh, apparently, well, if they think you've got food, then they will attack you. I mean, we had this conversation last week, I think, with Mark Hollig about, America's got all these kind of animals that we couldn't perceive in England, like bears and wolves.
We have wolves here. Actually, wolves. We have many wolves now here.
But
you don't have to be scared of them. They're more afraid of us, from humans, than they will never approach you. But you have to be careful of boars. Wild pigs, those are the. You have to be careful for those.
I've heard that they're a problem in America and maybe European countries.
But for the rest, you have some squirrels and some rabbits and. For the rest, no bears. We don't have them here. Bears.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe. Do you like foxes, Steph? Foxes.
Yeah, if a sexy fox, I like.
Yeah, I mean, foxes.
Pattaya.
A lot of people have affection for foxes. I mean, personally, I've driving them at night time. Have you ever seen a fox tearing the throat out of a poor little?
I see some rabbit? Foxes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when you see that, it makes you kind of hate foxes,
I don't. They're just small animals, They're not much bigger than a rabbit.
Yeah,
they don't. They're not going to harm you.
But what I did hear about foxes, and I didn't really know this until recently, is that if apparently, in rural environments, foxes can kill up to 6 rats a day. Foxes, if it wasn't for foxes, there'd be a far bigger rat population. Because foxes do kill a lot of rats.
They eat some chickens. Yeah, if you leave your chickens outside, they can go after your chickens. But that's it.
Okay.
But the wolves here in my surroundings here in the forest, they go to the farmers and they eat the sheep, the goats, and even sometimes they attack a cow or something. If they're really hungry.
Yeah. I mean, Capo 17 says Belgian Bear Grylls. He likes you. Who's this? Mark Hollig says that's a CGI hat. He likes your hat. Let's see.
I don't know what that. I have a cowboy hat, but I can't find it anymore. I will find it. I will next. I have a real leather cowboy hat.
Mark Hollig says you two are not old. Give me a break. Drink some Brewmeister snake venom, and you'll be fine. I still haven't got round to Brewmeister snake venom. Maybe one of these days I will try it. It looks very, very expensive and extremely. It sounds like something like eaten by Mexican, drank by Mexican macho men. They have that worm in a bottle, don't they? It's Brewmeister Snake Venom. It's a wonderful, wonderful, you know, Steph there. His devices. He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
We lost Steph at the moment. Then.
Yeah, I was trying to put on my.
Let's see, Steph. Can I just ask?
Camera.
We were talking about this before you. Oh my God, we've lost it. Lost him again. We've lost him again. I'm going to pour myself a whiskey. I'm going to pour myself a famous grouse. Okay. Yes. He's back. We something wrong with the connection. You're back now. Yes. Let's hope you.
Yeah, I was trying to put out the snap camera. You know, that I can lose my. But apparently, I can do it.
Oh my God! Oh my, that's wonderful. That's brilliant. Steph is so pretty. One thing about Steph,
I look like a handsome man now. Yeah, I look like a handsome man.
He's a bit of a wizard. I'll drink to that, Steph. He's a bit of a wizard when it comes to the old technology stuff.
I was trying to get rid of my face, but no.
Actually, that looks prettier than you, Steph. That one, yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you walk around in Pattaya like this, you know, you're still a handsome man. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen.
You're still normal. You're still normal there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Casino Coffee. But where does the Belgian now? Was not he in Thailand? He's in Belgium.
No,
okay?
last time I was in Thailand was 2019. It's like 3 years ago.
I love bacon, by the way. Hey, Steph, before the question, are you familiar with the phrase damp squib?
No, to be honest, I don't know what it means.
What it means is squib is an incendiary device. It was like I think someone said it was the touch paper that you know, to ignite dynamite. And if it got damp, then it was no good. It was known as a damp squib. And what it is, it's being used really to anything that you're going to do, any event in your life which you think is going to be explosive, is going to be explosive, and it turns out to be a bit of a damp squib. That's what it is. What was the biggest damp squib? It means disappointment, really. What was the biggest damp squib in your life?
The biggest disappointment in what?
In your life, an event that you thought was really going to be explosive and spectacular, and you were so looking forward to it, and and it turned out to be a damn squib.
So something that I really looked forward to,
yeah,
but in the end, it wasn't that great.
Yeah, anything? Mine was Halley's Comet. 1986. I think it only comes around every.
I remember that Halley's Comet. Yeah, 1986. Yeah.
And it was just with the telescope, it was barely visible. It looked like a tiny little fingerprint in the distance. I thought Halley's Comet was going to come flying past with lights.
I did see it also.
Yeah. Well, the rubbish anyway. I'm interested that nobody. Oh yeah, David R, at least my hats are real. You've met David R. David R's been on here, but with his hats. He's Californian. He likes hats. But he has real hats. You have met him, Steve. You are familiar with him. Mark Hollick.
David Heisenberg. I don't know.
No, David R. Mark Hollick says 67.5 ABV for snake venom beer. I'd have to think very, very carefully before tackling that one, mate. Definitely. Let's see. Casino Coffee. I like the movie Dances with Foxes. But let me tell you, interestingly enough, nobody has mentioned a sporting event. Nobody's mentioned a sport. You know, the biggest damp squib sporting event that I can ever recall, the biggest one that was hyped so much, we thought this is just going to be wow, absolutely explosive. I have to say, Hagler versus Leonard. That was the biggest damp squib sporting event of all time. I mean, what a disappointing fight. You know, that was so disappointing, really. I mean, we all thought this is going to be amazing, absolutely explosive. You know, Marvin Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard. And it turned out to be a disappointing fight, really. A real Genuine damn squib. Just my opinion.
Okay, I understand it now. Damn squib. Yeah.
Damn squib, yeah. Mark Hollick, I used to drink Jim. I like Jim Beam. I quite like Jim Beam. And, JD, but that's the, but Jim Beam's nice. Let's see. Mark Hollick, Steph looks like a Star Trek character. He does. He's cool in a good way. He's cool. He's cool. David Coleman, I had to sleep alone in the woods when I was 10 years old. We all started that in Canada, being 10 years old, sleeping alone in the woods. Jeez, can a 10-year-old fight off a bear? Would you go camping, Steph, if you thought there could be bears in that vicinity?
I'm not afraid for bears or something, I'm not going. I would not go into Canada or somewhere grizzly bears. But in east of Europe, you have bears there. The brown bear.
Yeah.
Living in Slovenia, what is it, and everywhere, Bulgaria. Yeah.
Well, I was in Romania quite recently, and I took a cable car up to a mountain. I was told that there could be bears.
Oh yeah. Remember that. And they have the signs, the signs of the bears.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't perceive, I actually came face to face with a bear all of a sudden because, I mean, being British, we're in terms of our, animals, we're actually quite dull. We have, all kind of dull animals. We have cows. But the thing about cows, they tend to stay where you want them to stay and whatever. But actually, if I was actually walking along a path on that mountain overlooking Brasov, if a bear was suddenly just pop out in front of me, I think, what do I do now? What do I do now?
Yeah, somebody asked me to come back as Darth Vader.
Darth Vader?
So here I am. Can you see me? Oh,
no.
You can't see me. Oh, my God.
You're back as the Invisible Man, Steph.
Yeah, wait.
Mark Hollick.
Okay, you can see me now.
Like a slow-moving, dirty snowball going across the sky. I thought it looked like a little fingerprint in the distance. That is bloody good, Steph. May the force be with you.
Yeah. Somebody asked, I do it,
Yeah.
Captain Kirk or Spock or something can do that also.
That looks what Steph is a wizard when it comes to the technology stuff. He's an absolute bloody wizard. He really, really is.
Not a wizard.
We had a discussion on Steph's live stream the other night about Benidorm, right? And did you know that if you go to Benidorm, there is a well-known live sex show going on in the bars. You can go in the bars and film it. And basically what it is, it's called Star Sex, and it is a married couple, a Spanish married couple, who've been doing the rounds for years. And the girl is actually the woman is actually quite tasty. And the two of them, they have Rumpy Pumpy live on stage. But the bloke
told me, but I cannot believe that.
I've seen it, mate, Steph. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it a few times. Really? And basically, the fella is dressed as Darth Vader, and the girl is dressed as Princess Leia. And there you go. Now, I never knew that Darth Vader shagged Princess Leia. I wasn't aware of that. But there they are, having Rumpy Pumpy in this bar in Benidorm. And you can go to Benidorm. It's still on there now if you're interested.
Yeah, somebody asked me to do a ladyboy, so I'm doing a ladyboy now.
You look more like, what's his name? EDDY Izzard, that British, transvestite comedian.
I'm trying to do a ladyboy now.
Oh my God, folks, we are an equal opportunities and an LGBT friendly live stream here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. The Ravens Claw. Alan Minter versus Don Curry was a disaster. Really? I didn't actually know that was an event. I didn't know that was an event. I know Alan Minter lost his title to Marvin Hagler, but I didn't know he fought Don Curry. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he's right, Kippers. I look more, Mark Orlick, he said, I look more like Boy George.
Yeah. Mark Allen is cool. He says you're cool. He says you're cool. Let's
Boy
see.
George. Yeah.
Capo 17 bears in the Scottish Highlands. Really? Didn't know that. Let me see. Okay. Let me see.
But yeah, I'm still thinking about your question about what was it?
Hot boiled eggs. Steph with you. Yeah, the biggest damn squib of your life. Something that
Yeah,
you've got
I can't.
really looking forward to this, and it's going to be explosive. It's going to be absolutely
Maybe,
explosive.
to be honest, my wedding.
Your wedding, yeah, really?
Yeah, I was. I didn't enjoy my wedding. It was a good wedding. Everybody was there. The photo weddings were good. The food was good. The dancing was good, but I couldn't enjoy it. My wedding,
Yeah.
because I was too nervous. I was too fucked up, and it was when I get home from my wedding and we are laying in our bed and we are counting our money. Then I was happy. Then I was
that's
happy.
all
We are
right.
laying in our bed and we are counting all the money in the envelopes. Then I was
There you go,
relaxed.
folks. You've heard him know about Step is happy when he's counting money. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was a truth, to be honest. I was relaxed then, not
yeah,
because of counting the money, because so many people around you and all the focus is on you and all the attention and
yeah.
it was a good wedding, but I didn't enjoy it.
Oh well, I wouldn't enjoy getting married either. Dutch Farang, Steph, could you learn Eddie? I think you mean teach Eddie how to spot fake accounts and how to unban. I have actually unbanned you on this channel. I've unbanned what I banned originally, Dutch Farang. I have actually unbanned you anyway.
I enjoyed my divorce more than my wedding, to be honest.
What's the old saying? What's the old saying? I had 100 friends at my wedding. I had 2 friends at my divorce. That's it.
I still get more money for my divorce, so I was happy.
Okay. Let's see. Mark Ali defeated Brian London. So I think Muhammad Ali, he was asked years later about all the British opponents that he had, and Brian London was the one that he rated last. He rated last. He rated Brian London. He rated Henry Cooper first for his amazing left hook. Richard Dunn for his amazing courage. Joe Bugner because he didn't hit as hard as Dunn, but he rated Brian London last. Okay,
Oh, Mark Oleg gave a big donation. Cheers, man. Cheers, Mark.
Okay,
you shouldn't have done that. It's too much.
Mark Allen, that is wonderful, Mark
much.
Allen. Eddie, split this with Steph. You two rock the net. Okay, thank you, Mark.
Much.
That is so generous here. And I will split that with Steph. Steph, you made Steph's night there anyway. You made my night anyway. Look at that. The guy's a wizard. This guy is a wizard when it comes to all the technology.
I'm not a wizard. I just click things.
Well, what was it? OBS? Is that what it is? Oh my god!
No, it's snap camera, and you have to use it with your green screen. I look like an old man now.
One of these days,
I'm 75. I look like
you look like a character from Game of Thrones. That's what you look like, Steph. Absolutely. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Mark Holland, £200. Eddie splits percent. Okay, thank you for that, Mark. That is really,
okay. It's okay, Mark. Don't do that. It's too much.
Let's see. Thank you for that, mate. Anyway, David Coleman. We have all hunting guns even as kids in Canada. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yogi Bear, Mark Ali said the hardest he was ever hit was Henry Cooper that put him on the cameras. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. Amazing. The Ravens Claw, Brian London was using. I'm still waiting for anybody, to mention a sporting event. No one's mentioned a sporting event which you think is a damp squib. I mean, I've mentioned. I think Hagler versus Leonard was a total damp squib. I really think it was a total damp squib. Really. Let's see.
Okay, my normal face. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it is something. Yeah, damn squib. Capo says Frank Bruno not finishing off Tyson when he had the chance. Yeah, that was the first fight because we thought, the big hype. Bruno, Tyson was the invincible. He was going to make mincemeat of Bruno. Whereas Bruno in the first round, as I recall, he did hit a belter on Tyson. It rocked Tyson, and people thought for that moment, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Who's this? So let's see. Ravens Claw, Chan Olympics. China Olympics. Is that the Chinese Olympics that came in a few years ago? I think all the Olympics are. I think the Olympics has been so tarred by so much bloody scandals involving steroids and all this kind of stuff. They really are. I can't take the Olympics seriously, and I really feel sorry for those athletes because if those athletes perform amazingly, then if the athletes perform amazingly, people would just say, "Oh, they're on the steroids." And so I feel sorry for the athletes. They can't really win. McLaren F1 race, the 2022 Monza Grand Prix. Monza, where is that? Where's Monza?
Italy, yeah, Italy.
Is that right? Yeah, okay. Thanks for that anyway.
It's the Grand Prix of Italy in Monza. Yeah.
The Ravens Claw, China Olympics, worst in history. The worst. I seem to recall, funnily enough, the one that a lot of people didn't like was the Montreal Olympics in 1976. A lot of people didn't like that one. They said that it was really the pictures coming from were not very good. 18 new Predator films, damn squib. Okay. Mark Hollick, I don't like Olympics being politicized. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been so often the case, isn't it? I mean, the Americans didn't go to the Russian Olympics. It was the Moscow Olympics in 1980 because of Russia invading Afghanistan, and then in turn the Russians didn't go to the Los Angeles Olympics, and it's very sad. It's not fair on the athletes, really. Let's see, McLaren, yesterday, okay? Yeah, Tings, I will give any man 2-1. Your man likes Jack Daniels, okay? Do you like Jack Daniels, Steph?
Yeah, it's a good blended whiskey. Yeah, I like Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, Red Black Label, Jim Beam, Jameson. Jameson's good Irish whiskey.
Really? Yeah. Really? Do you know something strange? If I have to ask, do I like something? Do I like Jack Daniels?
It's better than nothing. It's better than water.
Yeah. I mean, Jack Daniels. I think it's a little bit overrated, personally. I mean, I can drink a Jack Daniels, but that's one thing. I have to, drink it with something else, and spirits like this whiskey. I'm drinking this, but just neat. You know what I mean?
You cannot beat it with a good old Scottish malt whiskey. I understand that. But it's blended, and you have always constant quality. If you buy a bottle of Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or
Mark Hollick, Jimmy Carter boycotted the US from the 1980 Moscow Olympics. I didn't approve it. So, well, I think it was very unfair. About I mean, isn't it ironic as well? They boycotted the Americans from going to Moscow in protest about the Russians going into Afghanistan, and many years later, America went into Afghanistan. You know, it's sad that the ones who suffer are the athletes who trained very, very highly for it. That's very, very sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they shouldn't boycott the Russian
Yeah.
athletics and football
No,
team because they
because
have nothing to do with the war. You know,
yeah. I mean,
let them play. Let them play.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah, absolutely. Yogi Bear. I just hope the new Avatar movie is not one. After waiting so long for it to come out after the first one. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm with you there, mate. Because I actually thought the first time I saw the Avatar movie, it was
it
in
was a good movie. It was a good movie. I liked Avatar.
I it actually improves the more you see it, and it is yeah, absolutely terrific. I'd like to see
Beautiful.
the new one. Yeah, so I
Is
hope
there a
that
new one? Is there a new one coming? I didn't know that.
I did hear that there is
Mhm.
when it first came out, Avatar, they talk about sequels and all that, but it's been a long time coming. It's a great movie, but I mean, there's going to be a sequel. I want to see it.
I'm
I hope
watching
that
now the Power of the Rings now on streams and on Prime, Amazon.
is
It's
it
very
good?
good made. Yeah, it's good, but it's a
Yeah,
series,
yeah.
and you have to wait a long time for the action begins. You know, it's not the
Really, is
same
it
as a
true?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
You have to wait a long. It's a lot of discussions and a lot of talking
yeah,
and less monsters.
yeah,
But the fights are good. The scenery is beautiful, beautiful made.
yeah, yeah.
I can understand why it's the most expensive series ever made, $1 billion.
Really?
But
Oh, well, I'll have to watch. I'll
yeah,
have to watch it.
it's the most expensive series ever made.
Is that well? I have Amazon. I'll have to watch it then. In that case,
And
then.
they're all acting before a green screen because the background is all animated. It's all that beautiful, beautiful made.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to give it. I'll
But
have to.
the conversations are a little bit lame sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
you have to wait a long time before you see some action
I'll tell you the
before.
series that a lot of people. I think it's on Amazon. A lot of people. I have watched a few episodes of Vikings, and there are some people who absolutely love that series. They say it's absolutely amazing. Have you actually seen that one?
I saw it, the Vikings, but I don't know. I don't know.
Not really.
Not
That.
my thing. Not my thing, to be
No, no.
honest.
Okay. Okay. Whatever.
Also,
So
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Everybody says, "Wow!" I cannot watch it. I cannot watch
I
Game
must
of
admit,
Thrones.
I watched all of the series of Game of Thrones, and
Really?
I thought it was quite amazing, absolutely
Yeah, yeah,
amazing,
yeah, yeah.
really, really amazing. I mean,
For me, I don't know.
I thought it was a wonderful series. I really, really did get hooked on that.
It was too fancy, too much. Like those Middle Eve castle movies.
Yeah, yeah,
And then sometimes you have a dragon, yeah, but
yeah.
for the
I
rest,
like dragons and castles. I like them as long as they're done well. David Heisenberg, Formula One in USA a few years ago, only 6 cars with the races, and Sir Lewis Hamilton was only car on the start line. I put this one on a while ago. Okay, so that was a damn squib. That was a damn squib. I'll tell
makes
you the
sense, man.
classic, a
It was a good
classic
movie.
Spartan damn squib. It's something that you thought it just couldn't happen. It defies belief that this could happen. Was it about 30 years ago or 25 years ago or something? It was the Grand National. It was the Grand National, right, at Aintree. And the Grand National, probably the most famous horse race in the world. And all of a sudden, something happened at the start, and the start whistle went off, but they jumped the gun or so. I can't remember what happened. And it was a false start, and all the horses came out and started running in the Grand National, and they got so far, and some of them just didn't realise it was a false start, but they kept running anyway, and the whole race was cancelled, the most famous horse race in the world, with the riders still going, and some of the riders were still going around. They must have thought, why there's not many horses in this race? They hadn't realised that it had been it defies belief. The whole Grand National was not only a damn squib, it was probably one of the biggest disasters in sporting history. Most famous horse race in the world, a false start, and some of the riders didn't realise, and it was just it became a non-event. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm not into horse riding. Yeah.
Mark Ollie, I like all my friends. Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Jim Crow, Johnny Walker. I don't know Jim Crow, don't know that, but I know the other three. Very, very
Ah, Jim
familiar with the
Crow.
three.
Who the fuck is Jim Crow? Yeah, I don't know him.
Don't know that one. Let's see.
But Johnny, yeah, he's a good friend of me.
Matthew Cartney, things that are overrated: champagne, caviar, and taking a lady in the back doors. I've never been into any of those bloody things. I won a bottle of champagne once from an employer. A bottle of champagne.
The Bang Bus. You
Yeah,
ever heard about that? The Bang Bus in Pattaya?
the
They
bang
pick you
bus.
up. No, it's like a special van. They pick you up. It's from the dance, the Devil's Dance, and
Yeah,
they pick you up. They have a special bus, and they put in three ladies, champagne, and they pick you up in the airport, and they drive you to Pattaya
yeah,
in a special as a VIP guest, And yeah, you can do everything in the bus,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
BGs, having. It will be your best ride. It's not cheap. I think you pay like what is it, 5,000-6,000 baht. You have two
yeah,
ladies.
yeah. And do you have champagne? And then you take it up the back doors as well, do you?
Yeah, and then you sit in the back and you can do with the ladies what you want on the way to Pattaya. You never heard about that?
I didn't know that one. It reminds me of that scene from Dirty Harry,
Yeah,
doesn't it? When
Devil's Den.
Clint
I
Eastwood
don't
was
I
on
don't know if it still exists. I think
yeah,
it still exists.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, you know this from personal experience, Steph.
I couldn't afford that, to be honest.
No, they
I'm
that
going with the
scene
local
from
bus,
yeah,
to Pattaya. It's 100 baht,
yeah,
120 baht. That's
yeah.
that's my right.
Yeah, I mean, one of the when Clint is on the rooftops and he's got his his telescope and he's looking at all the rooftops and then he sees some naked people like these hippies, like naked and Clint says, "You owe it to yourself to live a little, Harry." That's in Dirty Harry. That sounds like reminds me of that. You owe it to yourself to live a little, Eddie.
Dirty Harry.
Cats and good coffee. The first time that a Thai bar girl called me handsome was a damn squib. I thought she really meant it, and later I found out they say this to all men. Oh yeah, they do. They do. You very handsome man. I've heard that myself.
Mm.
Cabo says in Blue Label Smirnoff. Okay, Mark Ollig. The athletes worked for years to party. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I remember Jeff Capes. Was one of them in 1980. Then it was protesting loudly, like that the aliens weren't going to be allowed. I don't remember. Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. The British did go to the 1980 Olympics. It was the Americans that didn't, because Daley Thompson won a gold medal, didn't he, in 1980?
Mm.
Let's see. Sean the Prawn says Jameson is proper whiskey. Okay. Tinks, Eddie, I'm drinking Julio Claire and brandy. Great, you jammy bastard. I can't get hold of that anymore. I can't get hold of
Brandy.
it
I'm
anymore.
drinking little vodka. Damn it. That's my little vodka.
Really?
Cheers.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that I've never actually cottoned on to. I'm not really a fan of that. This
Okay.
this famous Grouse whiskey's all right.
But I'm not so I'm not so into whiskey anymore because it has a more stronger flavor.
Here's an interesting conversation. David Coleman, the first Gulf War, why they didn't finish off Saddam Hussein. That's a good one. That is a good one, David. That is a good one. You are damn right. The first Gulf War, the Allied forces were celebrating because Saddam Hussein had invaded Kuwait, yes, which is an oil-rich country. The Allies, based in Saudi Arabia, they went into Kuwait. They chased Saddam's forces out of Kuwait, okay, and then celebrated. We expect them to go all the bloody way.
Even they finished Saddam Hussein.
No, that was on the second Gulf War, Steph. That was the second one. This one was in 1990.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
91 or not, yeah, around about that time. The thing is, even years later, Margaret Thatcher, seemed mystified, Billy. Saddam Hussein is still there, and we're not in power anymore. Why didn't we go all the
I
way?
think in 10 years they're gonna ask us why didn't we finish Putin? That's what people gonna ask. Why didn't we finish Putin?
Well, there's something to do with the possibilities there for this bloody big rocket that's going to come flying through the sky and good night Vienna. Mark Oleg, General Schwarzkopf could have turned north and took out Saddam. Yeah. Honestly, in the 1990s, between the first Gulf War and the second, it mystified a lot of people. It really did. How can you celebrate and say you won a war when you didn't go all the way? You didn't take out the bad man. It's crazy.
Sure.
Roster, House of the Dragon, not watched it yet, but love Game of Thrones. Is House of the Dragon the new version of it, is it?
Don't know.
Okay, Yogi Bear, the release date for the Way of Water new Avatar movie is 16th of December this year. I would like to say, I hope it's with the same
Yeah,
director.
me too. Yeah.
I really, really hope. Let's see.
If you want to see a good sequel of Aliens, there's now on Prime, Amazon. You can watch what is it? The War of the Future or something. It's something. It's something I told you about that before. It's like aliens. They're ruling the world and they are attacking them, and it's not really aliens, but it's called the future of the future of the world or something. Very good movie. One of the best movies I saw in the last 2 years. Really, you have to see that.
Sure. David Coleman, the Olympics are all garbage anywhere. I don't watch it. Well, it's a pity. It is a pity. The Olympics are one thing about the Olympics. I mean, they started with all these bloody obscure events, don't they? About all these obscure events that you don't want to see. Dressage and all that namby-pamby stuff. And what else did he? Did he pick the nose of bogey flicking and all kinds of bloody obscure events that you don't want to see when we all really want to see the track events. The problem is the stuff that we really want to see, the track events, the 100 meters, the 1500 meters, whatever. And they've all been mad.
We have some good Belgium at athletics on the Olympics, and we have the 7 camp. What is it called in English?
Yeah,
7 camp. So Nafiti Tiam, she's a Belgian. She's like 3 times world champion, Olympic champion.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of obscure events in the Olympics. But with regards to the track events, I mean, if someone comes along and performs spectacular, people just say, "Well, they must be on the illegal stuff." You know what I mean?
But they get tested every day. I don't think it happens now anymore.
Well, look at Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's 1980.
Yeah, but that's 30 years ago. But nowadays, I don't think they take drugs.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ben. Do you ever remember Flojo, Florence Griffiths Joyner?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous woman. And no, Flojo, as I understand, beautiful.
Florence, yeah.
When a woman starts taking steroids, she develops manly features. I remember there was a bodybuilder. I won't say her name. But there was a former athlete who became a bodybuilder, and lovely woman, and she became a bodybuilder, right, and started winning bodybuilding contests. But I seen on an interview once, and somebody asked her, what does she think about bodybuilders taking steroids and all this? And she said, "I'm so against it. I think it's dreadful. I'm so against it." This beautiful feminine woman, all of a sudden, had developed manly features. That is her face looked like a bloke. That is a direct result from steroids. She was lying to her bloody teeth. You know what I mean? But Florence Griffiths Joyner, she was running fairly ordinary times, and then she became a winning spectacular. But she didn't develop manly features. Still look gorgeous.
They still can have a future in the book bar in Soybuco.
Yeah.
As a lady boy, you know, with those steroids.
Yeah. But the thing is,
they have to do a boob job because all those athletics, they don't have any boobs. It's flat as a plank.
But the thing is, like years later, Florence Griffiths Joyner died at about 36 years old, mysteriously. Super athletic, so Anyway, let's see. Okay, so we've been on for almost 2.5 hours now. Kippo Macmax, Jeff Case tried to open an airplane door mid-flight. He was very scared of flight. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I would have thought Jeff Case was bloody down there with the weight of him. Okay, Mark Oleg. Patton wanted to take Third Army into Russia in 1945. Really? Patton, I'd say one of the best war films ever was Patton Lust for Glory, in which George C. Scott won an Oscar, and he played a commander. But that Patton was he may have been a great general, but he was a nasty bastard. Didn't Patton? There was a famous scene in that film, Patton Lust for Glory, when a shell-shocked soldier, Patton slaps him and calls him a yellow-bellied coward, and it was a famous, notorious incident. And yeah, absolutely. But that's After Patton was maybe a great general, but not a nice guy.
Eddie, when was the last time you went to a real cinema theater?
Patton's usually can't go around. Okay, a real cinema.
Yeah.
Do you know something?
You see a movie in a real cinema. When was the last time?
It was actually the late 1990s, and I know which movie it was. Yeah, because I watch everything on my TV screen. Through
That's like 22 years ago.
I'll tell you what movie it was. Someone mentioned RoboCop earlier. That wonderful film director, Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, but that was before. That was 80s, I think. RoboCop.
Yeah. But the one I see in the late 70s was a wonderful film called Starship Trooper. That was a Paul Verhoeven science fiction movie. Excellent stuff. And I think that was the last film that I seen at a cinema.
It was with those scary animals, huh?
Those
insects. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So I did. Yeah, that was actually the last film that I seen at a cinema. Starship Trooper.
Really? You didn't go to a cinema anymore since then?
No. Well, the thing is, you can get the same cinematic experience, really, if you have a big TV set,
For me, it's a long time also, but I think 5 years ago, I went to a cinema. Yeah, 5 years ago. I went in Thailand, in Pattaya, to the cinema with my girlfriend.
Really? Yeah. Steph goes to Thailand who goes to Thailand and goes to the cinema? Really?
Yeah, I went to the cinema. Yeah, I can't remember what movie that I saw.
Yeah. But you're getting a nosh at the time.
Well, you have to sit 2 hours quiet with the hot girl next to you.
I don't think you got that one, did you?
And you have a boner for 2 hours, and you're waiting till the movie is over, and then you can get to your apartment.
Okay, let me see.
But she was happy. She was happy. I was happy. Oh dear.
Okay. Anyway, here we go.
One last drink for the road.
One last drink for the road, and then it's having a late night cheese on toast or whatever.
Cheers. Yeah, it was fun.
Who's this? Capo 17. Kuwait paid hundreds of millions to the Allies to protect their oil. Saddam would cost the Allies more. Okay. Mark Oleg, U.S. Olympic winter cross country gold medal skier Jesse Diggins' grandfather was my doctor. Well, that's interesting. He was really U.S. gold skier or whatever. I mean, some of those athletes were really highly educated people. I think Mark Spitz was a dentist, wasn't he? And they were all very, very highly educated people.
Mm.
Who's that? Let's see. Mogali, Florence J. Relatively young. Yes, she died. Beautiful woman, and she didn't look like, physically like she had an affected steroids, but she died mysteriously young.
Mm.
Very sadly. Mark Ollie, the slapping of the soldier. Yeah, that was George C. Yeah, that was Patton. That was a great movie, that Patton, Lust for Glory. And he won an Oscar, George Scott, which he refused on the grounds that it was degrading. I think that was before Brando refused an Oscar. But yeah, that's terrible. I mean, the famous face slapping of the soldier. Dreadful incident. Mark Alex, some home theaters with surround sound and big screen are nice. Do you remember Sensor Rounds? Do you remember that one? Sensor Round was when you can feel the vibration of what you were. I think the first film.
Yeah, they have that. Yeah.
I think the first film was Earthquake.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I still want to go to a cinema, because of the big screen and the big bass sounds. You cannot experience that at home. I have a big flat TV, LG, and I put up but in the cinema it's always different.
Yeah, I mean, the cinema seats though. The cinema seats, you get a pain in the ass.
It's expensive now. It's expensive. What you pay for to watch a movie now? 15 euros.
Really?
Like 15 quid. What is it now?
Yeah.
And then you have to have a drink. You have to have a popcorn or nacho cheese, and then in the end of the day, you spend 25, 30 quid to go see a movie.
But I do remember Sensor. You had Earthquake and then Battle of Midway, both with Charlton Heston. But then you had that film Roller Coaster with George Segal, and that was a good movie. That was in Sensor Round. But after that, the novelty sort of wore off. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. We saw about David Coleman. Mark Patton was 100% right. Mark Oliver agreed, David. Absolutely. Patton, Jesus, I mean, he was a fairly ruthless man, but like I said, that's the movie recommendation of the night. Patton, Lust for Glory. That's a film I would watch again. Mark Oliver, try an outdoor drive with the metal speaker hanging on the window. An outdoor drive with a metal speaker. That sounds good. I'd love to go to one of those drive-ins. Like you see in those old, American movies.
No, you had to tune in with your radio to hear the sound.
Yeah.
If you go to watching a movie outdoors, and then with your FM radio, you have to tune in, and then you could hear the sound through your radio of the movie.
Okay. Yeah, Capo 17. If we had smell-o-vision, we had pissed by now. I think there was something called smell-o-vision, wasn't there? There was some called smell-o-vision.
You don't want to smell me in my room here besides me. My room
well, I always have a shower because I exercise a lot early on in the day. Anyway, listen. We've been on for 2 hours and 34 minutes now, anyway. I have, anyway.
It's up to you, Eddie.
I mean, Steph's got more time. His streams.
If you want me to leave, I will leave. It's up to you.
No, it's me that's going to leave. Me that's going to leave. I mean, because it's late at night. It's past midnight. I've been on since 10 o'clock, 2.5 hours now. It's gone over 2.5 hours. So it hasn't been a bad little old. It hasn't been a bad little old stream, okay? I mean, on a Monday and Tuesday night on this show, we usually do the big question. The big question. The big question. Mark Ollie, I wrote a column about smell-o-vision. That sounds interesting. I'll have to check that. Mark writes. Mark's a Facebook friend, and he writes some brilliant columns about technological stuff and telecommunications. So I mean, his columns are absolutely wonderful reading. They are really, really good stuff. Really great stuff. Smell-o-vision.
If you walk to Pattaya, Soybuko, what smell do you think it's more? What is the first smell when you walk in Soybuko? The smell
it's kind of
Pattaya.
The first smell of Pattaya. It's I couldn't describe it because it doesn't smell like a food.
I know it. It's sewer smell.
Sewer.
Yeah, Zurich.
It could, yeah, you could be right there, Steph. You could be right
If you
there.
walk and then the pot dexels from the Zurich, the smell comes up. That's the first thing you smell in Pattaya, the Zurich.
Let's see. Pele says, Steph, will you start a live stream now?
No, I'm too tired.
He's an hour ahead of us. It's 1:30. David Eisman, I'm off as I have an interview as a new milkman working at night. I hope I get good for you, mate. Good for you, mate. Good for you. But David Heisenberg is David, the fastest milkman of the West. Do you know the Benny Hill song? You know, Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West. Shoot on Ted from Teddington when she's seen the size of his hot mince bars. Who's this? David Coleman. I can't watch the whole movie now. I always need to get up and pay. See, that's the good thing about TV. You can actually pause it, and then that's a good
invention. I have also. I can pause every movie,
Yeah, that's the good thing about TV. You can movie. Mark, movie Polyester. I've never heard of that one. I never heard of that one. Is that a parody movie? Sounds like fun.
I think it's a porn movie or something.
Really?
Polyester.
Well,
my polyester dildo. My dildo. It's
Oh my God. Okay, so listen, I'm going to say goodnight now. It's been on for 2.5 hours, more than 2.5 hours anyway. I've done Coors Light, I've done whiskey, and basically, it's nice of Steph to come along here. Remember, Steph is a great guy, and he's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful when it comes to technological stuff, the green screen and the effects and all this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Marco, I'll send the links to your Facebook, Eddie. Okay, thanks for that, Mark. Thanks for that. I'd love to see them. I really, really would. Yogi Bear. Okay, Ed, thanks you for the great stream. I'll be here tomorrow at 10 p.m. Cheers, fella, and good night to you all. Okay, fine. Thank you, Yogi Bear. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a few big questions. I mean, tonight it's been a bit of a mismatch of stuff, but tomorrow I've had a bit of a lost weekend, to be honest with you. But tomorrow night we'll do the big question. And anyway, I'd like to say thanks for everything. Thanks for the super chat, Mark. That was really, really, really good of you. And Steph, thanks for being a wonderful guest, Steph. Okay, so listen. Matthew, I'm going to finish with this comment because it's such a good comment. Matthew Carey, brilliant Monday night stream. Okay, so I really thank you for that. I thank you, Steph, for being a guest.
For a Monday, it was a great stream. Yeah, absolutely.
Mark,
and you're welcome on my stream also, Eddie. If you
brilliant. Eddie, make sure Steph gets that $100. I will do. I will.
Yeah. He will never do that. He will never do that.
Steph is a good guy. He's a good guy. I've done it before anyway. Okay, listen. Thanks for everything. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you.
Cheers, Eddie. Cheers. Yeah, I'm
Cheers.
gonna leave.
All the best, everybody. Cheers.